Oh, hi,
Welcome
Louis.
everybody to episode 25 of Metaverse Interviews. I'm your host, LeDrop WithCheese, coming to you as always from the Metaverse. Today I have an outstanding guest who I met during NFT.NYC this year. She's an award-winning artist, a multimedia graphic designer, an NFT creator, and a badass artist. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ulka Mak.
Hi.
Hello,
Ulka
welcome.
Mak. Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. We haven't talked really since NFT.NYC, but we got to spend a whole day together. So it was pretty cool that I met you through Will Burns, and then we got to just experience what the NFT community is all about together on that Tuesday during NFT.NYC. So thanks again for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm really appreciate that you invite me. And yes, it was cool to meet you in NFT.NYC, and I've been on 6 parties there and listen about many ideas by artists, by project owners, and I think it's future.
Yes, it's such a great event. I think it's like my favorite one. It's my second one. I went last year, but yeah, so tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up to where you are, being a toy designer and an NFT creator.
Yeah, before toy designer, I've been just a graphic designer with printed materials, with advertising. Sometimes I make for TV advertising. And before that, I've been real graphic artist, like I draw on the street and smell those paints. And I studied an art school, full classic art education, and then I realized that I don't want to be part of the huge team when you work on, for example, as animator on TV series. It's yeah, you work on huge grand projects, but you can't put some yourself ideas in that. So I started my own projects, my own art, and I run social media, Instagram. And then year ago, I meet with NFT, and I make Twitter account just year ago, and like, wow, it's like new world. And finally on those NFT spaces, I see how for me, for many creators, artists, musicians, they have more chances to show themselves, and it's so cool because before that you need to learn how to find galleries, how meet with it, how register it, and if you're not so cool, they will say no, and no one will see your works. But with NFT, I think it's more useful as a tool, at least. So yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's great. Web3, blockchain technology, it's all empowering everyone. You know,
Yes.
it's like you don't have to go through all these systems anymore to be successful. Everyone's an entrepreneur and can build communities. So yeah, that's great. So you
True.
said, we were kind of talking earlier, and you said 15 years ago is when you started designing toys?
Yes, I've already been work as designer, as illustrator from high school. So it was early 2000s, and I draw my cartoons, yeah, for like orders for money. And then I start see that toys do not exist on market. Like there was Barbie and Hot Wheels car like metal, but I didn't saw these characters that I draw or something some artists draw as a sculpting, or why it can be only Illustrator limited edition. No, we can make it in 3D, and for people who can't draw, they can touch it and inspired by those way. That's why I like learn more stuff, and toys was one of first idea to make.
Yeah, we all grew up with toys, and it was pretty limited growing up with the toy options. I had a lot of GI Joes and stuff, and you know, sporting ones like Michael Jordan. I got a Space Jam Jordan back here that's like 2 feet tall. But yeah, I'm really glad that you're starting to break into the NFT space, leveraging all the talents that you've curated through your whole life. Um, how would you describe your style? Because one of your recent tweets says that your style is like digital graffiti, crazy zombie rabbits, cute worms, and a lot of pizza.
Yes. Well, by the way, I want well, I have sketches about for article about what digital graffiti is. It's my background is I've been a graffiti artist, like I said, uh, and I smelled this paint, and one time was I poisoned it, and it was not cool because you feel bad just because you smell this paint, and this maybe works for someone, but for me it was scared, and I started draw only digital and make animations. And I love this graffiti style because for me, I know background of it. It's like um pro protection of your own ideas. And um, it was old time graffiti. It is like way to say something new or not usual for borders or boxes that system put us on it. So it's like part of freedom in art. So, and I love cartoons, bright, and one inspired other.
So where does the pizza come into play? Like, did you grow
Oh,
up
I just love pizza.
pizza?
No, I just love pizza and how it looks like when it's like in usually pizza, it's like how it's called, pizza can't live long. So it's like when you draw it and especially animated, it's like live forever. But at the same time, when you get pizza, all eat it immediately.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's why I like it.
Yes, it is changing even as it warms or heats. And I'm from Chicago, so I love pizza. I think Chicago's got the best pizza in the world, deep dish. Have you ever
I
had
will
deep
try.
dish?
Never. I
Okay.
will try. I've been in New York, only Philadelphia, and now I have only New York pizza. But I will go to Chicago, Miami, and we'll try to pizza there too. On my
Yeah.
way, on my list.
All right, cool. Yeah, because the thing about Chicago pizza, it's like deep dish, so it's really thick. It's almost like a pie. And that's when I think pizza pie, I think Chicago style. But I'll tell you a secret. All right, we don't eat it all the time. People think, oh, Chicagoans love their deep dish. We do, but it's really more so for like when tourists come in out of town. Okay, we'll get the deep dish, but most of the time, 90% of the time, we're eating New York style, pub style, thin crust, Neapolitan. It's just a lot to handle, all that food.
Yeah, well, one of my favorite is Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, yes.
But I didn't in on Hawaii yet.
Well, you got a favorite local place in Brooklyn? Show us your view real quick. I want everyone to see that how
Okay, okay.
Brooklyn looks right now. Wow, that's
Yeah,
all
it's thunderstorm starts and like
beautiful.
thank you.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Is your favorite pizza place just around the corner then?
Yes, here, how it's called, Ki the Cub, and they're like different little places. They cook different types of food, and yes, so cool pizza here too.
Awesome. Well, you're in a great city for it for sure. Um, and
Yeah.
you've
By the way, I wanted to went to New York many years, but have no chances before, and I work as artist, and I need proofs that I'm special artist for came here, and here I am.
Well, we're so glad that you're here. I mean,
Me
you're
too.
such a talented artist, and I'm really glad that I got to meet you at NFT.NYC. Shout out to Will Burns. Thanks for introducing us.
Back at you. So glad to meet you too.
So, how was the rest of your week at NFT.NYC? Because we hung out on that Tuesday, but I know that you guys were running around all week just like we were. How was your experience?
Yeah, before we met, I've been on another NFT event. It calls Season, and I've been featured artist there, and it was cool. They talk about metaverses and was speakers, and Will Burns was speaker, and then it's like smoothly go to NFT NYC, and I met with many people from Twitter that we talk in spaces on Twitter, and I heard about their projects and how they see this world, and it's like puzzle bring together for me how I see it too. It's like new world and new tools for make your own way, and for us as an artist, we can work as team and on this space, and it will make more stronger way to prove yourself and show your art. And for example, many of my art friends artists, they work shown on Times Square and on digital galleries, and it's so cool. I think it works. So it's when artists can step on the world, and it's just digital, but at the same time it would be everywhere, especially when one day all gadgets would be available for just like eyeglasses or something, not throws only phone and connect to those, like throws web 2 to web 3. No, it would be, I think it would very soon would be everywhere. So that's, I'm inspired.
Yeah, it was really inspiring to be at NFT NYC and just see how much it was a bear market. It still is, right? And
Yeah.
it didn't stop us. Everyone was so excited about we get to build still. There's no distractions with making money in the market and moving our funds around. So the excitement's still there. And the next version of how we all leverage NFTs and blockchain technology, other than just profile picture collections, is going to be even bigger, better, and stronger. So I'm glad you're part of that. And you were telling me about this project where you wanted to connect your very first toys with a phygital collection. What are your plans for that?
Yeah. uh Base of it, I already, when I sold my NFT, I sent to my collector printed pieces of my art, and so, and if it's animated, I make virtual reality, and then this collector can see, like, I sent canvas was printed my stuff, and I sign it, of course. And if it's animation, you can look through smartphone on my art and see full animation, even if it's on your wall. So, and when I sent to my collector for first time, he was very surprised, and he he said that now I understood that I'm collector, and it's so cool. And he asked all artists whom he bought um, uh, like materials, files to print them, stuff to put on wall too. That was beginning, and then I start thinking, like, what if my collectors so happy to touch it, to see it every day when they do not look at screen? So why not toys? Like, I already 2 years work on collectible toys industry, and it's Martian Toys, and it's retail gallery that works with many artists all the world. And I see how it's different. In the same time, it's one of way to show to people art. And now I start thinking, why not to combine NFT with toys? And it's can be a huge collection, yes, no problem, because toys can be designed by limited edition, by even and printed on factories and signed by artists. And it's so many ways to show it. And I thought even if make same pieces I as avatars in metaverse, it's so cool. Then you can choose anything and be with limited edition stuff from artists and famous artists, and yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I'm just looking forward to owning some of your toys one day because, I mean, you're a professional. I love your work, anyways, your artistic graphic stuff. I mean, it's so colorful, creative. I love your style. That's why you're on this show, is because I want people, take a look at Ulka's work, ulkamak.com, right? That's the website.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. Take a look at her work and get hyped for the toy drop coming, because it's going to be amazing. And you're working on some other projects too. Like one of them we were talking about earlier was about education, how you want to do an NFT drop that also kind of showcases the different types of art that you are able to execute.
Yes, it's a project I want to be make with sponsored by AIGA. It's Association of Design. I am a member of New York, and in Seattle, I will go to in October to Seattle for event. I will present my project there too. And this project about I will make 40 pieces of art, and it would be in different styles. Sometimes I thought like I put on it all my art story, because I studied, learned all classic art history, classic art practices like painting and graphic design and graphic art, and I will put on those collection all styles that I know, and I want to print some magazine or a catalog of it and explain about each pieces, why it's those style, how describe it, and maybe it would be educational for someone, because maybe someone can learn from it, because many artists ask me about their own styles and they make researches, and many people even an NFT don't have artistic education. So but it doesn't mean they need stop to create something, and maybe my work would be helpful. And some of this art would be animated, of course. And if it would be printed as virtual reality, of course.
That is awesome. Yes. I mean, artists, we got to understand that we're entrepreneurs now first in Web3. You don't have to lug your art to a gallery and give away a big percentage of your revenue that your
Yeah.
hard work and tears went into. Now you can just be free to create whatever you want, and however much you want in whatever style, and learn as you go, innovate as you innovate. That's kind of how Web3 is going. But you have so many different, I obviously had to look up what's going on with you nowadays, looked at your link tree. I mean, some of your floor prices are really favorable for you. Your work is obviously holds a high value, is what I'm saying. So you
Thank you.
should keep doing what you're doing. I would like to see more of it. Maybe just like do 100 editions of something so people like me could buy one, even though I know you're a one of one type of gal when it comes to art, and I don't want to mess with your style, but I want to own something is the whole point of this.
Okay. Okay, awesome. I thought about a project. I had animations, and I thought make 10,000 pieces, but I see how it works, and many people go through Discord, so invitation, and you need promise them as crowdfunding, you know, and need build all those system for only one project. And I think more useful if you make smart contracts for each pieces. It's protect your works, NFT tokens. I think it's a lot of work. So now I'm think about only draw and show it by my ways, and then when it's can be bigger, yes, maybe I will go to huge projects. Or I thought about metaverse, and as you said, it's a huge tool for each one can build their own business, and you can be owner of gallery at least, like, and it can be in metaverse. It looks like game, and for example, even people who never interested in it and they see how it looks like, it's so cool. And I don't remember one event as Comic-Con, but on web, and now it's in metaverse, and they build like many stores of toys from each studio, and they put their catalog of toys, and it's event like event like we've been, but it's on digital and metaverse. Now it's already 2 years as going. So
Very cool. Yes, for sure. So if people want to meet you coming up here soon, you're going to be at Comic-Con, right?
yes, I want been a Comic-Con. It's physical event of art, and would be studios and artists. They will sell and introduce a new collection of toys, prints, pins, different graffiti styles, and sculptors, and a lot of arts. Yeah, one artworks, and I'm excited.
Yeah. When is that? Is that later this week, or what is the date for?
It's next week on Brooklyn.
Okay, cool. Anyone watching, if you want to meet Ulka and see what she's working on, stop over to Comic-Con.
Yes, welcome. I will try make videos and materials for show how it looks like, because it's huge.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to be out there for that, but I'm stuck. I'm trapped in the metaverse here, you know. They don't let me out very often. But as far as toy companies go, are there any like toy brands that you're like, oh my God, they're doing a great job integrating into Web3? Or what is your overall view of like how toy companies are doing embracing blockchain technology?
Yeah, I've been on another toy festival, 5 Points, and there was Moombot. Yeah, Moombot. They make toys and art in metaverse too, and they have collection. It's not a promotion for them, but I'm in. It's cool because I know many other artists from both sides, from digital, from NFT, and many questions they have. So I think it's cool that you make spaces, interviews, because many people need news that it's not so scared or some complicated, because it's just new way. It's I remember how Web 2 came in, and many people didn't know what website is. Why you need buy name of website? Now it's starting of Web 3, and Web 3 is more decentralized and no more more freedom inside. So each one can be do anything they want. So it's just because it is so cool. You can do anything.
Yes, it's empowering, you know, it truly is amazing. And the way I like to describe it to people, because I understand some of the a lot of the tech, right? And I was in sales, and I always have been really social. But for me, it's like Web 1 is like you can read. Great. You can look at websites and read information. Web 2 is you can read and you can write. And, that's kind of where we're at right now with everyone doing that. And Web 3 is you can read, write, own, and create. So that's like the big, once I figured that out, I'm like, oh my God, this is the new internet. It eventually, everything's going to be decentralized. It's going to be great. And we can all do what we actually want to do, So I really appreciate your perspective on all of that. So are you planning on going to any other conferences later this year?
I want to go to Miami Metaverse in the end of November. And then Art Basel. Art Basel, by the way, they start thinking about NFT too. So it can be Miami Metaverse, smoothly go to Art Basel, like, because NFT now everywhere. And I want to be there too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll see you in Miami, because
Of course.
the more I research about what's going on down there, and this will be like my third conference in Miami in the last year, but I mean, they have 4 conferences that week, November 28th through or 3rd, and it's DecentralCon, Miami Metaverse. There's a Women in Web3 conference by the airport, and Art Basel. So yeah, it's a whole action-packed week, and I'm glad we'll be able to reconnect down there. And I have a videographer following us around, living in our house. So there's going to be a lot of footage where you'll see what it's like. What is it like for the people out there that have no idea what the metaverse is, or who's building, who has a voice? They'll be able to see us. So you definitely got to hang out with us, so people get an idea of what is it like to be an artist in this space.
Yep.
Because you have a very good perspective on it, like it can empower you to do anything you want to do nowadays. So I think it's very valuable information for a lot of these artists.
Yes.
So what were some of the awards you won? I know you're an award-winning artist, but just to toot your own horn there, what are some awards you won?
I won the award from Great Britain last autumn. It was 3 in one time, 3 first place award. It's so called 3 different pieces of my works. It's digital art, graffiti, and graffiti another category. So yeah, 3 first place, and then I sent to one award company, one card that I work in. It's trading cards, and I send us throws company, because it's not for me, it's for huge project, the creatives, and there I got 2nd award.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, 3 first place awards.
Yeah, it was surprised.
I know artists are modest, and you're like, please just let me get 3rd place in one thing. And you're like, yeah, I got 1st place in all 3, So that's awesome.
Yeah, and a couple other awards. It's about for my art too.
Yeah, well, you deserve it, because your art is outstanding, and I'm glad that you are understanding of Web3 can get you to wherever you want to be,
Exactly.
and so proud of you. I'm glad we met. Do you any final thoughts for the audience, or anything you want to tell them about?
Well, I can tell that I try to never stop, because I'm designer maybe 20 years. Yeah, I'm 20 years working as designer, and I seen like every maybe 3 years, it's like down all industry, something changes, some new innovations came, and many people just leave this industry or something and change they what they do and learn new stuff, and then it's back design and art for a new wave. I think NFT will same. It's like a bear market down, but I don't see any reasons to leave it or that will die, you know. No, I think it's just beginning. On beginning you can drop down, but you will stand up and will get more experience then, and it works. And for people, I think my advice: do not stop, or um, it's long-term game. It's not for 2 days and just you show your work and all want to buy it. No, it's a lot of people and need work on web, on social media. It works because social media, it's like voices, and just talk, just hello. So never stop, for sure.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. I did this like self-portrait over here, and it said nothing can stop me. And I look at that every day, every time I do an interview, and I
Exactly.
just keep going. Nothing can stop you. So thank you for your inspirational words and taking the time to speak with me. I'm looking forward to networking and doing work, but really kind of partying while we're in Miami. So I'll
Yes.
see you later this year, Ulka. Everyone go to ulkamak.com, check out her work, play some again for your time.
Thank you too. Thank you for having me, and let's go.
Let's fucking go.